going to put this on record. So then, right? So my dad is in the nursing home. He's in the intensive care unit. So I called my dad. I said, Dad, what bypass? Do you know how debilitating it would be? And he says, well, I think it's a very good hospital. I said, go ask a cardiologist. Why cannot they do a robotic surgery? So he calls the doctor, and the doctor says he doesn't know how to do it, so he's not going to offer it to him. He can only offer a quadruple bypass. I said, Dad, wouldn't you come to Boston for a second opinion? And if in case it's not possible, you go back and do the quadruple bypass in New Jersey. So he says, let me think about it. And then his wife says it's the best place because that's where it's convenient for her to visit him, because it's half-hour drive from her. So then I was appalled. So I said,
she's crazy.
So then I actually called all my friends here, and they were very nice. They said, in Mass General, Dr. Nigotri, he's the best of the best. He has robotic bypass surgery, and he's so awesome. So we called him, and he says, of course, and I know Dr. Palacios. Palacios is the first guy who invented cardiac stenting.
Okay.
So I worked with Dr. Palacios. So I asked Dr. Palacios, he says, Agnihotri is the gods of gods. He told me he's somebody I bow down to. He says, we'll do it as a team. He says, I will do the stenting, and Dr. Agnihotri will do the robotic surgery. We don't have a space. If there is a way you can transport him from New Jersey to here, we will take care of everything. So then we couldn't get a place in Mass General. But because already he was in intensive care unit, which he doesn't even need to be. He just went for a stress test. And in Boston, they were saying he should never even be tested. They said you never do stenting based on a random test you do. And they said this itself was wrong. So then I actually went to the New Jersey intensive care unit. I said, I am going to transport as a doctor. They handed me over a patient, doctor to doctor transport. I drove back all the way, and they could get an emergency placement in Brockton Hospital. I placed him. In 3 days, we transported him to Mass General. He had robotic surgery, stenting the next day, and then they, in 3 days, released him. And then meantime, his wife tried to cancel his insurance because she felt her rights as a wife was violated. And she complained to everybody that I was violating their privilege of being married. Called my hospital and told I was a quack doctor and I need to be fired. Called DSS, reported me. And so my dad woke up and I said, the first thing I'm going to do is bring you back to your wife.
And he didn't need any of this.
He didn't need any of this. But actually, what the Master said is, it's like you don't want to pay attention to the problem. But once I know how to fix it too. Actually, the reason is the blockage is because the calcium buildup is there. There's a way you can naturally break down calcium. It's just there's a specific enzyme which will break it down. And you need to take it for 45 days. But when my dad get any holistic medicine from me, his wife dumps it. She will throw it out. He is very afraid of doing anything holistic because she would dictate exactly what he needs to take. And anything that comes from me, it's not allowed. So she came all the way. So I dropped him right in front of her home, and then I drove back. I said, Dad, this is the best I could do. So it's like, I said, I wrote a check to myself, paid in full to my dad's name.
Yeah.
Because all the thing he did to raise me was paid in full. So then I dropped her back. The next day she brings him to the barber shop to tell them how violated she felt by all this happening. And the next day he was walking around, by the way. So he walked the minute they finished their surgery anyway. So the barber told her, it seems, do you know you'll be attending his wake today if this was not the case? Till now, she has not apologized to me. Till now, she has not said, I'm sorry that my husband is alive because of you. Do you know that?
That's crazy. I can't believe he stays with her through all this.
And then after a year, like, we decided to forgive her and bring her back. I was working, 80 hours straight, like I do. So then they come down, even though, I was not home. My husband was gracious to stay with them. And I come home, I cooked Indian dinner. My dad wanted to sit and eat. She insisted she wants to go have an Italian sub. So I went to the local Italian sub. When I come back, she says, I'm a cash cow. I'm stupid how I'm letting my husband rule me and I'm not standing up to myself. So I told her, this is a long weekend. I said, I work. I said, if you cannot be respectful of my faith, please can you leave the dining table? She wouldn't. So immediately she calls her friend saying how abusive I was to my kids. So I called the police. I said, please, I want it on record that we are not abusing. Because I already went through this once.
Yeah.
So my dad, you know what he says to the police? She didn't mean it. That's what he did. I couldn't believe it. So
It's terrible.
But they don't even know they are terrible. They're very nice to each other. But I don't know how to deal with them. What would you do if they were your parents?
I don't know. That's a tough situation. That's crazy.
But my dad, I love him to death.
Mm.
But he doesn't understand what is right and wrong. And now he wants his, I am till now, any birthday I have, he'll never wish me happy birthday. He'll never buy me a present. This year he's turning 80 and we are celebrating his birthday. And he knows exactly what he wants done. And and his wife initially said, can I buy them a gold chain? I said, no, this is about his birthday. We are celebrating his. So I asked my spiritual teacher, I said, how do we celebrate it? He said, think of it like what he taught over your life. So celebrate who he meant to you. That's what it is about. So it kind of made sense to me. So one thing I learned from my dad is how to be a poor man's daughter, to be graceful. And how he showed me wealth does not equal unhappiness. Wealth equals flexible time and happy memory. And that's what my dad is to me.
Yeah, that makes
sense. And
sense.
I felt after going through all this, what he's doing to her is essentially that. Even though he's a poor man, he's showing her he doesn't need to be wealthy to have a good life. And she doesn't understand the time he puts in with her. Is she graceful enough to offer that same time with us?
Mm-hmm.
And my dad is so codependent. Even if he comes here, he'll run back. I bought a ticket for him to go to India with me because he wanted to go with me. On the way, he bought in Dubai dinner. I don't eat in the morning. He used my credit card, $20, and he bought water and 4 different breakfast items, which he cannot even eat. So I said, Dad, why did you buy? He says, I feel guilty when I eat alone. I said, I don't mind you taking care of yourself. Don't waste my card on my food.
Because you're not going to eat it.
So then he got annoyed at me. And he decides after going to India, which I paid for, in 2 weeks he's going to leave because his wife needed a knee surgery, which she deliberately booked a knee surgery.
When he was away.
Elective, so she wanted him back. So he cut short his vacation, flew back, and he didn't even spend time with us. And the person who we were supposed to visit, that uncle died eventually. And he didn't even visit him. He is very interesting.
Wow.
How do you deal with people
I
like
don't know.
But that's what it is. So I have a very dysfunctional family, to say this.